In the 1980s, energy was seen as the next big thing. There were plenty of businesses and entrepreneurs who pounced on this opportunity, but none stood out as much as Enron. They made grand promises to change the way we think about power and revolutionize the energy industry. Enron was founded in 1985 by Kenneth Lay in Houston, Texas. Originally, Enron was a simple natural gas company, but Lay had bigger plans. He saw Enron as a leader in the energy market, one that would not just trade energy, but dominate the field. And for a time, it did exactly that. But behind the scenes, a scandal was brewing that would shake the business world to its core. Behind Enron's shiny exterior, there were dark secrets that led to its ultimate collapse. This is the story of Enron, a tale of ambition, lies, and the ultimate downfall. Chapter 1: The Rise of Enron. Enron first thrived because they took advantage of changes in energy laws that let them trade energy freely. They used smart financial strategies and bold marketing to make a lot of money. This helped them grow quickly and become one of the biggest energy companies in the world. Their leaders were ambitious, and the company looked very successful. In the early 1990s, Lay hired Jeffrey Skilling, a smart and ambitious strategist. Skilling had a groundbreaking idea: to use a method called mark-to-market accounting. This method allowed Enron to book potential future profits as current profits, painting a picture of a highly profitable company. Essentially, Enron could claim it was making money even if the cash hadn't actually flowed in yet. This new but risky strategy made Enron's financial statements look incredibly impressive. Enron's financial statements started showing amazing profits. Investors were thrilled, and Enron's stock price soared. The company was growing at an incredible rate, and everyone wanted a piece of the action. Enron was seen as a golden opportunity, and its stock was a must-have for investors. But what the world didn't know was that these profits were just numbers on paper, not actual money in the bank. Chapter 2: The Expansion and Illusion. As Enron's stock price climbed, the company expanded its operations. Enron was not happy with just trading natural gas. It ventured into electricity, water, broadband, and even weather derivatives. The company launched Enron Online, an online trading platform that changed energy trading. This platform allowed Enron to dominate the market, making it a key player in different industries. To keep up with its aggressive expansion, Enron created a complex network of partnerships and shell companies to hide its growing debt and losses. These entities, usually named after characters from Star Wars, allowed Enron to move debt off its books, making the company appear much healthier than it really was. One of the most infamous of these entities was called LJM, run by Enron's chief financial officer, Andrew Fastow. Fastow, a key player in the scandal, used these partnerships to hide the true state of Enron's finances. Enron's leaders continued to lie about the company's financial health. They presented fake profits and hid massive debts, all while making themselves rich. Lay, Skilling, and Fastow became incredibly wealthy, enjoying the high life and gaining the trust of investors and the public alike. They were seen as brilliant business minds, leading a company that was changing the world. Chapter 3: The Cracks Begin to Show. In reality, Enron was a house of cards, and it was only a matter of time before it all came crashing down. In 2001, the first cracks in Enron's facade began to show. Analysts and reporters started to question the company's financial practices. There were whispers of irregularities, and people began to wonder how Enron was making its money. The company's stock price, once soaring, started to wobble. The tipping point came when a journalist named Bethany McLean from Fortune magazine published an article titled, "Is Enron Overpriced?" This article raised serious questions about Enron's accounting practices and financial health. Suddenly, the world began to take a closer look at the energy giant. The scrutiny intensified, and in October 2001, Enron announced a massive loss of $638 million. This revelation was a shock to the market and triggered a series of events that led to Enron's downfall. The company's stock price plummeted, and investors began to flee. As the investigation deepened, the truth about Enron's financial tricks came to light. It was found that Enron had been using dishonest accounting practices to hide its debts and inflate its profits. The company's leaders had been misleading investors and regulators for years. The final blow came when Enron was forced to restate its earnings for the previous years, erasing $586 million in profits. This admission of guilt was the nail in the coffin for Enron. The company filed for bankruptcy on December 2, 2001, marking the largest bankruptcy in U.S. history at the time. Chapter 4. The Fallout. The fallout from Enron's collapse was massive. Thousands of employees lost their jobs and their life savings, as many had invested heavily in Enron's stock. Investors lost billions of dollars, and the trust in corporate America was badly shaken. The scandal also had a huge impact on the accounting industry. Arthur Andersen, one of the largest accounting firms in the world, and Enron's auditor, was found guilty of obstructing justice by shredding documents related to the Enron audit. The firm's reputation was destroyed, and it was forced to surrender its licenses to practice, leading to its eventual closure. The legal consequences for Enron's executives were massive. Kenneth Lay, Jeffrey Skilling, and Andrew Fastow were all charged with multiple counts of fraud and conspiracy. Lay was convicted but died before sentencing. Skilling was sentenced to 24 years in prison, though his sentence was later reduced. Fastow, who cooperated with prosecutors, got a 6-year sentence. Chapter 5. The Reforms. The Enron scandal led to widespread calls for reform. In response, the US government introduced the Sarbanes-Oxley Act in 2002, which was a landmark piece of legislation designed to protect investors by improving the accuracy and reliability of corporate disclosures. The act imposed stricter rules on companies and their accounting firms, aiming to prevent such a scandal from happening again. Chapter 6. The Aftermath. In the end, the Enron scandal wasn't just about the fall of a single company. It was a wake-up call for the entire corporate world. It showed the devastating consequences of unchecked ambition and unethical behavior. Today, Enron's name is synonymous with corporate fraud, a legacy that serves as a powerful lesson in the importance of integrity and the need for careful oversight in the business world. Enron's collapse also led to a re-evaluation of corporate governance practices. Companies began to place a greater emphasis on ethical behavior and transparency. The role of boards of directors became more scrutinized, and the importance of having independent board members was highlighted. The impact of the Enron scandal was felt worldwide. It led to changes in accounting practices and corporate governance, not only in the United States, but also in other countries. The scandal became a case study in business schools and a cautionary tale for executives. The story of Enron is a dramatic reminder that no company is too big to fail. Despite its size and influence, Enron was brought down by the actions of a few individuals who placed their own interests above those of the company and its stakeholders. And so, the story of Enron remains one of the most dramatic chapters in the history of American business, a tale of rise and fall, of greed and deception, and a sobering reminder of the fragility of trust in the marketplace. What do you think about the Enron scandal? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this.